Epic Pen Pro runs as a service on Windows 10. To launch the user interface and display it, display your system tray. And click this icon. You can grab this part of the UI and move the tool set around. The different tools are displayed in this listing here, as well as the color selector. If we go to the menu and check our settings, we'll see that an option available is called Ghost Mode. I have that enabled. I also have enabled an option that says Turn off tool notifications. Now, Ghost Mode is a mode that allows you to use the Epic Pen tools without the user interface being seen. The tool notification basically is a helpful thing that shows up in the lower right corner that will indicate which Epic Pen tool is currently selected. I turn that off because it tends otherwise to interfere with my screencast work. To close the menu, I'm just going to click outside it here. I can select the tool by just selecting it this way. Currently, this is the text mode, the A key. Down here I have some options line, ellipse. This is a rectangle or arrow. I can click the arrow. It's now hot. And if I want to, I can hold down the left mouse and draw an arrow. To undo that, you can see that the tool says Control-Shift-6. So we'll do Control-Shift-6. We'll undo that entry. Now the tool is still hot. I can go to another option. Let's see the rectangle. And it's now in control, and I can use it to draw a rectangle around its own toolbox. Once again, Control-Shift-6 deletes the last entry, and the tool is still hot. Now, if you go back into what I call cursor mode, which allows you to interact with the application that you're drawing on, click the arrow up here, or I could use the shortcut Control-Shift-2. I'll click the arrow. Note that the color changes here indicate what selection you've made. Down here, you can pick the thickness of your tools. And you can even take a screenshot if you want to. You can also hide the tool and keep it available using just shortcut keys by going to Control-Shift-0. I can redisplay it with Control-Shift-0. Let's go back to the menu. Settings. If I scroll down, you'll get a list of all the hotkeys that are available to you. To keep that handy for myself, I've made a snagged capture of that, and I keep it in the snagged editor. I call it up anytime I want to. Let's see how this works now. Cursor mode's on, so we're interacting with this application. Let's hide the UI, Control-Shift-0. And let's suppose that I want to point to a command button that I want to push. So I'll use Control-Shift-A, which will activate the arrow tool. Hold down the left mouse, and now I can draw an arrow to point to whatever I want. I'll get rid of that by Control-Shift-6. And let's suppose I want to encompass these 3 buttons with a rectangle. So it's Control-Shift-R, and then I'll drag it out and let it go. I can also erase anything that's currently available using Control-Shift-7. We're still hot in terms of the tool. I can't interact with the app yet. I click this button, and all I do is give us a little dot. So Control-Shift-7 clears that. To go back to making the app hot, Control-Shift-2. And now I can click this button and it works again. Let's try another tool. Let's turn on the ellipse tool. Control-Shift-E should engage it. And what I'm going to do is draw an ellipse around these 3 buttons. And let's draw another ellipse and hold down Shift. And I get a nice circle. And I can use Control-Shift-6 one at a time to undo those 2 things. And again, to go back to making the application hot and turning the tool off, it's Control-Shift-2. And to redisplay the user interface for the tool, Control-Shift-0. And as you can see, there's the cursor mode re-enabled. Now, I mentioned before that Epic Pen Pro has a text mode. That's the A guy here. Let's enable that now using the shortcut Control-Shift-T. So we're now in text mode. And let's go ahead and hide the user interface Control-Shift-0. Note the little red cursor indicator here. That tells me where my text is going to display when I type it. So let's type something. I'll click and I'll say this is some text. And I can use the grabber here and move it anywhere I want to. So I think I'll just stick it over here for the heck of it. And now I have some text in my screen capture. Control-Shift-T gets rid of the grabber and the blinking cursor other than the one you're looking at here. And that's because the tool is still hot, and I can go Control-Shift-2 to turn off the cursor, and I'm now hot with my app again. You can see I can select that. Text is still there. If I want to clear the text, I can use Control-Shift-6. And it disappears. Now wrap this up. I'll redisplay the tool for a second. So far, we've been working with everything being drawn in red, but you can change the colors down here. Let's put this blue, for instance. And now everything that we do in a tool will be in blue. I'll do a Control-Shift-A, and there's a nice blue arrow. Now to change colors in a broader sense. You can click the bottom of the color area here. You see a little menu, click that, and now you have all these colors to choose from. If you want to take a quick screenshot, you can do so by clicking this item. We'll click it. You'll get a slightly dark screen. Let me hide the tools here for a second. To get a screenshot, you simply just draw a rectangle around the stuff you want to screenshot. You get this little choices here. You can save or put it on your clipboard or cancel. I'll save it. It's going to put it in a folder that I've set up in Settings. And it's done. Here I've navigated to that folder and there's the screenshot. Another thing you can do, which I find very helpful, is to add some text before you do your screenshot or any other annotations you want. Let's try the text. Normally, the text is Control-Shift-T. But when you're trying to add text over top of a website through a browser, that doesn't work because there's a conflict. You can change the hotkey in the settings part of the menu. Okay, to add some text, I'll use the shortcut key. Normally, it's Control-Shift-T, but I've changed it to Control-Shift-Alt-T. And there it is. I'll click. And just type some text. Then I can kill off the controls for the text with Control-Shift-2. Now I can do a screenshot Control-Shift-Alt-8. Make my selection. Save. And I've now captured the screenshot with some quick text. If you need to change the shortcut keys for an item, you can do it in the settings. Let's first expose the toolset. And we'll go to the menu. Settings. And we'll pick a hotkey we need to change. Let's say the pencil. And to change it, just click on it. And when you see this, just go ahead and re-enter or set up the new shortcut keys. So here I'll do Control-Shift-Alt-3. So Control-Shift-Alt-3. And if you go back here and look at the pencil, it's now set up for Control-Shift-Alt-3. And that being done, I'll click outside to get rid of the menu.